I don't want, a bunch of whitewashed Asian kids running around during New Year's and freaking asking for my lucky money. Majority of the Vietnamese teenagers that are born here in the US cannot speak Vietnamese. They either can't speak it or speak it very little. And the topic for today is I just want to, express how I feel about them not being able to speak it. To me, I really think that no one is influencing them to grasp their culture and their heritage in. I was born here, but as a Vietnamese and Cambodian teenager, I can speak Vietnamese, write in Vietnamese, read in Vietnamese, communicate in Vietnamese. And I really respect and enjoy my heritage. I follow up on traditions we have, do the rituals we have, go to temple, pray. I'm just very, very involved in my Asian culture. For example, Vietnamese school is where a bunch of kids go and they learn Vietnamese, basically. But when I take my sister there and I drop her off, I noticed that the adults, the parents around, talk to their kid in English. Why are you throwing money away for your kids to go learn Vietnamese if you're not even helping them, communicate in Vietnamese? Do you have money to throw away like that? I rarely see any of my friends that go to Vietnamese school, pass, get a good award, exemplary award for passing, or any type of award. And I feel like that it's just a waste of time going to a Vietnamese school and not learning Vietnamese at all. And my family, they actually influenced me and my cousins and my little sister to talk in Vietnamese, read in Vietnamese. When we're at home, communicate in Vietnamese, basically. They like us, they like us talking to them in Vietnamese, asking them questions in Vietnamese. Just anything that Vietnamese related, they encourage us to do. But I noticed that that's not the same in other families. Parents communicate to little kids in English, and they're at the age of 5, 6, they're beginning to talk, and the first language isn't going to be Vietnamese. The first language is going to be English. My first language is Vietnamese. I'm fluent at it. You can freaking write a sentence, and I can read it. You can read a sentence, I can write it. I'm that good in Vietnamese. I'm that good in appreciating my culture and what it has to offer. But other teenagers aren't like that. It's kind of sad in a way for them, not for me, that they're not appreciating what they have, what our culture has to offer. But anyways, in a way I kind of want to point fingers towards the parent. No offense to them, no disrespect to them, but I really think y'all should, talk to your kids in the language that you speak. You want them to learn. You want them to keep that language, know that language for the next generation. When they have kids, their kids can talk Vietnamese. Their kid can communicate in Vietnamese. And when it's better to talk to them when they're at a young age than when they're grown up, because I have friends now that freaking can't speak Vietnamese to save their life, and it's just it's sad for them, not for me, because I can speak Vietnamese to save my life. If they were in a life-death situation and they couldn't read Vietnamese, they'd be dead. So basically, enjoy your culture. Grasp on the different traditions and rituals that you have. Learn your language, love your language, feel your language, read your language, write your language, speak your language. That's my word of advice to you guys. All my Vietnamese teenagers out there. appreciate what our culture has to offer. Start learning Vietnamese. Start speaking it. You know, don't just be like, don't my or ching chong, you know.